Hi, my name is Cam Smith with Youth Sports Production, coming to you from Hollywood Park in Victoria, BC. Thank you for tuning in. It's the finals of the District 7 Little League Majors Tournament, hosted by Beacon Hill, where anticipation has been growing all week for which two teams would make it to Sunday's final. This year's matchup is the same as the last 4 seasons, as once again the Layritz All-Stars take on Beacon Little League in what looks to be an entertaining day of ball. Layritz has won the district finals the last 4 seasons, but Beacon Hill is determined to take their game to the next level and take home the banner in 2024. The winner of today's game will join the host of this year's provincial tournament, Lake Hill Little League, in competing in Victoria in front of hometown fans in provincials. An opportunity such as this doesn't come around too often, and will undoubtedly challenge both teams to leave it all on the field even more. It's Layritz and Beacon Hill from Hollywood Park. Play ball! Taking the mound for Beacon Hill today in the final is Owen Paddock, the flamethrower, while Layritz will counter with Emmett Picorni, who threw 7 strikeouts in 5 innings in round-robin play against Beacon Hill. McDonald Dorshak will lead things off for Beacon Hill, but Picorni that's a nasty curveball. That's for the first out. Next up is going to be Ward. And Ward is going to take this Picorni offering, and he is just going to stay with it. And that goes right down third base, and he's in for an easy single. No, he's going for 2. This kid's got wheels, and he's in at 2. That's a great piece of running right there from Ward. And next up is Paddock and Picorni with the delivery, and that goes right up to Ash. Ash over to first base, but beating it out is Paddock. But Ash does hold a runner at second. First and second with 1 out. And both runners would move over on a pass ball. And then that is Picorni with the pitch. And that's a wild pitch. And in to score is Ward. Paddock over to third. And Beacon Hill is on the board. 1-0 runner to third. But Picorni would regain his composure, and he'd strike out Jardine, swing and a miss. And with 2 outs and a runner at third, that is Henry Fan. And Picorni with the delivery right down the pipe, and that's hit right over to Ash. Ash over to first, and that will take care of it. Take care of the side, and not before Beacon Hill can get 1 run to start things off here. And bottom of the first, and that's Paddock. He's going to face a good leadoff hitter in Outred. And I'll tell you what, there's a 3-2 count, and it's a full count, and Paddock just paints the corner and freezes Outred for the first strike of his game. And then stepping up to the plate is Kopp. And Kopp is going to take this ball, and he's going to rip it. That's right to Kane. Kane go over to first base. That is for the second out of the inning. And then with 2 out, it's Marcus Long. It's a dangerous hitter. And with 2 out, Paddock rears back and just throws the heat up high. That's a swing and a miss. And that's 3 up, 3 down with this Beacon Hill squad. That's a good sign right there. And as we head to the top of the third, Brunet up to bat for Beacon Hill. He's going to absolutely rip this ball. That's going left center in the gap, and that's going to go just about to the wall. But K. Carr with a nice arm gets it in, holds him to a stand-up double. And then Picorni facing Woody Carswell. And Carswell looking to do something with that runner at second. And he decides to lay down that bunt. And Long will try and get the runner at third. Brunet safe. And look out for Carswell. There's a sharp runner. And he's slicking. He split fast. And he gets into second base. He's safe as well. Second and third. One. No, and there goes Brunet. What a piece of running by this Beacon Hill squad. That'll score a run. That's heads-up play. And Layritz having a little bit of meeting in the mind to settle things down. The coaches do it. And then it's Atkins up to bat. And Atkins is going to take this Picorni offer. He's going to go right up the middle of it. That's a great piece of hitting. And that will put runners in the corner. Still 2-0 Beacon Hill. And then with 2 strikes on Barrington Foot, that's Picorni. Oh, that's a nasty pitch. And that freezes him. And that is for the second out of the inning. And then next up to bat is Solari. And that is Picorni with the pitch. That's a bunt put down. And there Picorni, he's hot potato with the ball. Carswell in to score. Safe at first is Sartori. And Sartori would move over to second and third, 1 out. And up the bat is Thomas. And Picorni with a great pitch on the outside, just shaving that corner. Swing and a miss. And Handsome to walk, loading the bases. Top of the order, McDonald Dorshak. And there's an 0-2 count, and Picorni with the pitch. Oh, and he's going to get a piece of this. That's going to go right over to Beach. Beach to first. That retires the side, not before Beacon Hill could put 2 more runs on the board. And Picorni would walk and steal second. Then Ash up to the plate. And Ash looking to cash in Picorni. And Ash takes a strike. Paddock looking impressive early on. And then Stanfield up to the plate. And Stanfield's going to get a piece of this one. And it's going to go right over to first for the easy out. But that will advance the runner. And then Kane is up next up for Layritz. Kane does not want to leave Picorni at third. And there's the pitch. And that is popped right up. And that is for the third out of the inning. No runs, no hits, and one walk for Paddock in that inning. And then Ward up for a Beacon Hill. And Picorni with the delivery. That's a nice pitch. Oh, and he just gets a piece of this and it goes right to Beach. Beach over to first. That is for the first out of the inning. And then Paddock is up to bat. And Picorni, he's got 2 strikes on it. And Picorni is going to throw a beautiful pitch. Nice curveball, paint the corner. And that's for the second out of the inning. And then Picorni settling in nicely at the top of the third. Jardine at the plate. Picorni with a nice pitch again. Jardine gets a piece of this right over to Ash. Ash fires to first. That is for an easy top of the third. And Picorni gets out of that one. Looks like he's rolling now. And then Beach up to bat for Layritz. Paddock with the delivery, and Beach is going to get a piece of this one and bring it right over. It goes to McDonald Dorshak. Oh, and that is mishandled. And he is safe at first. And Beach would go over to second on a pass ball, and that would bring up Kalupnik. And Kalupnik is just going to rip this ball. Yes, he is ripping that ball over to third. He's going to be safe at third. And we got runners in the corner for Layritz, who is in business right now. And then Paddock ready to pitch, swinging a miss. But stealing the base right here. That is Kalupnik. We got second and third now. Look out. And Calibrek up next for Layritz. And there's no outs. And he is going to drive this ball. But look at the play there by McDonald Dorshak. That's a fantastic play. Holding runners to second and third. And still runners at second and third. One out. Bottom of the third. And this Layritz team, they got to get something going. Filipovic is up to the plate, and that is Paddock with the delivery. And he's hit a low grounder. McDonald Dorshak trying to get a runner at home, but he is safe. Beach with a great running right there. And next up is Logan Burns, and the pitch, oh, it hits Burns right in the knee. He's a tough customer. He'll get over that, but the bases are jacked. So look out. Here comes Layritz. Next up, Otrid, bases loaded, and Otrid, he's going to hit the ball sharp, and that's going to go right to McDonald Dorshak, and he's throwing it home for the force out. Standing defense. And 2 outs. The base is still loaded. That's Kopp up to the plate, and that's Paddock. He's going to rear back and just throw a heater right down the pipe. 3 left on base by Layritz, but they did get 1 run in. Top of the fourth in this critical matchup. Fan steps up to the plate. And Picorni delivers. That's a nice pitch, and Fan stays with it. And that's hit right over to Long with a great throw over to first for the out. And Picorni will now face Brunet with 1 out. And Picorni is nice pitch. And digging it out is Brunet, and he's trying to leg it out, but no. That's for the second out of the inning. And Carswell up to bat. There's 2 outs, and Picorni with a beautiful pitch, just painting the corner inside. That's for the third out. Picorni settling in really nicely now. He's throwing some good pitches, settle this Layritz squad right down. And in the bottom of the fourth, Long at bat. He's going to try and get things started here for this Layritz squad. This is a sharp hitter, and Paddock assessing the situation, and he throws a nice pitch, but right up the middle, there goes Long, and he is going to go over first base. That's a nice hit by Long, get things started. And then Picorni up the bat for Layritz, and Picorni, he'll take this Paddock pitch, and he's going to drive it right back. What a stop by Paddock, and that's some pretty good athleticism just to turn around and get the lead runner for the first out. And then with Picorni at first, that is Ash up to plate. And Ash with 2 strikes on. Oh, he's going to take a pitch high. Ooh, I don't think he likes that much. But that is 2 outs right there. And then with 2 outs and 1 on, Stanfield. It's Paddock and Stanfield. He's going to get a good bat on this ball. But McDonald Dorshak, he'll pick this up nicely. Take it right himself to second for the force out. And that is a cool customer, and that's for 3 out in the inning. 3-1 top of the fifth. And that Atkins, he's going to lead off. And Picorni with a great pitch, shaving that outside corner for the first out. And then Barrington Foot, he'll face Picorni. Picorni with a great pitch right down the middle. That's a swing and a miss. Barrington Foot's a little ticked at that. But Picorni's pitching really well right now. And then Sarlori up to the bat. And Picorni with a great pitch. He strikes out the side. And this young man is settling down, giving this Layritz team, their offense, a chance to get right back in this. And bottom of the fifth, leading things off for Layritz is Kane and Paddock with the pitch. And Kane is going to pop this one up, and Paddock has got this. No, he doesn't, because there's Ward. Whoa, a little miscommunication, but it works out in the long run. And then Beach is going to rip this pitch. That goes right over to Hansen. Hansen with a little bubble, but he throws it. And what a play, getting the out. That's 2 outs. And then Kalupnik would walk, putting a runner at first base with 2 out. And then Calibrick is up next for Layritz. There's 2 outs and runner at first. And that is Paddock with the pitch. And popping it up is Calibrick. It's going right in between Henry Fan and Paddock. And miscommunication again. And that puts runners at first and second. And Paddock is going to have to face Filipovic, and he's going to sharply off the ground. And then Wanhopper. Oh, that's a beautiful play right there by Ward. That's for third out of the inning. And he is jacked up, and he is loving this. And he says, hey, that boy, let's settle it right down and bring it home. And that Picorni is going to now face Isaiah Thomas. And Thomas up to the plate. He's got 2 strikes on him. And look out, here comes Picorni with the inside pitch, swing and a miss. I think that's 4 strikeouts in a row. And then Hansen's going to take this pitch. Picorni's going to pick it up, turn, and fire. He fires a little too high. Hansen save it first one. Look out. Here comes Hansen. He's got wheels, and he is in the second with a slide. And Hansen, he acknowledges this boisterous crowd from Beacon Hill. He is loving this. And then McDonald Dworshak will step up to the plate. And he is a brilliant hitter, and he just takes a hack at this, and it is going to find its way down, going off to third. You know who that's going to be, the speedster. Hansen, and in with a single is McDonald Dworshak, and that'll be it for Picorni. You know, he pitched great. The first inning was a little trouble. Past that, it was fantastic. And now Ash with Ward at the plate. And that is going to get through to the backstop, and in the score is Hansen. And that is going to make it 4-1. Beacon Hill crowd going crazy. And into third, right there's McDonald Dworshak. That's heads up base running. And 1 out, score 4-1. Fly ball could score in the runner. And that is Ward. He's going the opposite way. Right over, but there it's Kopp with a fantastic catch. He holds the runner at third, and then up comes Paddock to the plate. Ash with the delivery, and Paddock is going to bring that right over to Picorni for the third out of the inning. But there's a little bit of insurance there for Beacon Hill, 4-1. And that'll be it for Paddock. Great game by the young man. And then Ward is taking over, and he's going to face right away Barnes. Barnes, sharp line drive right over to McDonald Dworshak. Having a game today. And then Outred, bottom of the sixth, 2 more batters left. And he gets under it and camping under this one. That is Paddock. A great catch, in the crowd in the dugout. They're feeling it. But hold on a minute. That's Kopp. He would walk. And then Ward would also walk long. And that puts runner at first and second. And that is trouble bringing the tying run up to the plate. And this is gut check time for the fans as well, because who's coming up but Picorni. That is your cleanup hitter. And with a trip to Provincials on the line, Ward looking at Picorni, and Ward will throw a strike. That's a beauty with men at first and second, 2 outs. And there's the pitch, and Picorni will get this, but look at Paddock, picks it up. And there's your district champions, Beacon Hill, finally getting off the schneid and taking care of Layritz. And I'll tell you what, this is special having your first one in a real long time for this club. And, this was a fantastic game. Layritz played so well, but Beacon Hill just did a little better today, and that took care of it. They have stamped their ticket into Provincials this coming weekend at Lake Hill Little League. And it sure is something. Beacon Hill winning at home, winning the districts, and, being a host, it's something special, but winning it at home, when you're a host, that's even more special. They did a great job, Beacon Hill, of putting this together. I'll tell you what, it's the most parity I've ever seen in a long, long, long time. And a lot of teams around this town, there's a lot of talent, and they're sure coming together. And after the game, we caught up with a couple of standouts from this game for their thoughts on the game.
Game today. When you're throwing strikes, it's hard to hit. And just tell me about that, how you felt, because you had good control today.
Yeah, it felt good. It felt good. Like my arm kind of hurt a bit by the end, and it was good. And like it was good.
You had a great game. You had a great tournament, and you played really, really well. Tell me about just this whole tournament and finally doing what you did and beating Layritz.
Well, it felt really good. It's been 4 years since we've really won the championship, District 7, obviously. And now we're ready to take it on to the Provincials.
Tell me about your teammates. You know, nothing like building bonds. Building bonds, building bonds and with teammates, and you know, having this that finally Beacon Hill's come. Tell me about your teammates and how that feels to do it with them.
Feels great. They're like they do a lot and they help, and we're really bonded.
Awesome, sir.
Yeah. Well, really, it's a really team effort. It's really good to have team bonds with like one person. That's usually most.
You know, I told these guys that it's hard to win tournaments. So you're going to have games that you're not going to have your best game, but you have to find ways to win. And we did that this tournament, right? The parity in this tournament is I think it's matched. It's unmatched around a lot of the other districts where we are so similar. I think the other ones, there may be two powerhouses that kind of battle it out every year. But I prepared these guys telling them that nobody's going to give it to them. They have to come out and they have to take it. Right? And they did. They showed, they battled all year. They came from, we started in October, and the amount of improvement I've seen with these guys has been incredible. And they came out and they showed today. They came and they competed.
When it comes down to it, it was once again, even though you never know what's going to happen, it came down to Lake Hill and, it came down to Layritz.
That's right.
And Beacon Hill.
Yep.
And God, he pitched great today.
He pitched unbelievable. Yeah, I asked a lot. I demanded him to come out here, and I said, you know, these guys have won 4 years in a row, right? They're not going to hand it to you. It's our job to go and take it. And, you know, Paddock, he took last year off. He came back this year for this moment. He thought we had a chance to win this, and that's what he came, and he wanted to pitch in this last game, and he delivered, right? And asking that out of a 12-year-old is a lot, and, you know, for him to do that so poised today it was an incredible moment, and it's a great time for Beacon Hill right now.
It is. And you're you know, you can't win with one person, but it sure helps when you get a performance like that. But the team in a whole, like you get timely hitting.
Absolutely.
You know, there's not a weak spot on the roster.
Nope, 1 to 12.
So to have that is just fantastic. Tell me about that group, and you know, it's always cool to have a group together and win something, but you have something special.
We do, yeah.
In a Provincials in town.
Yeah, I would say, you know, I coach a lot of teams. This team here they're very special in the sense that they are a team. They look out for each other. They hang out with each other. One kid doesn't do well, the other kid's right there to pick him up. The kid has a strikeout, he goes in the dugout, they're there to pick him up. Next guy goes in there trying to get a hit. And that's the mentality that we've had this whole year. We might not be the most talented on paper, but when you come together as a team like that, the talents that we have do shine, and then when the lower guys come and they do what they need to do, that's how you get wins, that's how you win tournaments, that's how you become a good team.
And you know, Provincials and being in the hometown and having that crowd support, and you know, just not from your team, but from the city.
Yep.
And you know, just tell me about that. Looking forward. I know it's fresh, but
yeah. I mean, you know, Provincials are always Provincials. Those teams from the mainland are always going to be tough competition. I know we Little Mountain and Jericho are in the final tonight over there, and we actually played both of them a couple weeks ago, and we battled and competed against both those guys. So, you know, it'll be game by game. Right, we'll see how it goes, but you know, right now we're going to obviously enjoy this one, and then we'll all start looking at who we're playing next week and get into that next week.
Well said and well done by Beacon Hill Little League. Remember, this Saturday, July 13th to 21st, are the Majors Provincial Championship hosted by Lake Hill Little League, and the Youth Sports Production wishes all the best to this Beacon Hill squad and Lake Hill in their run for Provincials. Let's get out in the community. Let's support this event upcoming this weekend. My name is Cam Smith with Youth Sports Production. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you on the field.